Today we're rising up to the occasion and reviewing another shoe. Good morning, YouTube. What's up, everybody? I hope you're safe and healthy and happy and doing okay. I have had the privilege of running in some pretty cool shoes lately, and the one that we're talking about today is really no different. That's the Adidas Supernova Rise. It's been a really long time, like a really long time, since I have reviewed an Adidas trainer on this channel. That's gonna change today with this cool looking shoe right here. Before we get started today, I do wanna ask that you follow me on Instagram. I post a ton more running shoe content, running content, and real life content on my Instagram than I do on YouTube. So if one video a week on YouTube is not enough, go follow me on Instagram at @RunLikeHeller. Thanks. Okay, back to what we're supposed to be talking about today, the Adidas Supernova Rise. This is a brand new daily trainer from Adidas. They're debuting some new foam here, and the idea is just to crush your everyday daily training miles. I was a little bit skeptical to try this shoe because in the past, Adidas shoes are really hit or miss for me. But today in this video, we're gonna find out if the Supernova Rise is a shoe that I could actually see myself running in on a daily basis. But first, of course, you gotta watch the run footage.
Yeah. Energy's here, you're not ready for the wham. Energy's raw, I've never been glam. Energy's sure like bars will land like a missile straight to the plan. Energy's more than everything, man. Energy's mad, don't mess with the ram. Certain things in life gotta overstand. That's disappointing, don't do this, man. With your energy, yeah, can't do this, man. Energy's here like a sizzling pan. 4 meetings already is urgent, fam. If the energy's right, we can do this, man. If the energy's right, we can do this, man.
Before we get started today, I do want to let you know that this shoe was sent to me by Adidas and Running Warehouse. However, they're not going to see this video before you. They can't tell me what to say, and all my opinions are always my own. Whew, I wanted to see how fast I could say that. Let's start with the upper, shall we? So Adidas is using an engineered sandwiched, anybody hungry, mesh here in the Adidas Supernova Rise. It is a very soft, comfortable material, and it is breathable. It has some decent ventilation holes in the forefoot. If we go to the midfoot, the material feels structured to hold you in place there, and the bat kill counter is also pretty sturdy. Now, as you probably picked up on in the running shoe footage, for true to size, I didn't exactly give it a green check. And that's because, now I'm not saying it definitely isn't true to size, but I have a little bit more room than I like in the length of the forefoot. I would say that it's probably not something I would size a half size down for, because when I start running, I do not feel it at all. I don't notice it. But if you really don't like that, can't have it, maybe size down half size. Yes, this material is pretty breathable. I do feel some nice chilly wind passing through the forefoot of this shoe. The tongue is nicely padded. It's not gusseted, but it wasn't slipping and sliding around in there. No issues. And I am able to get a good fit across the midfoot of this shoe. I was worried that it would be a little sloppy. It's not, but I would say that the fit of this shoe would be better for narrow to average footed runners, if that makes sense. And the ankle collar is nicely padded. Perhaps it's a little too padded for my liking, but it's comfortable, it gets the job done. I also feel like this material, this sandwich mesh that Adidas is using, is going to be pretty durable. I had no issues with hot spots, blisters, or irritation here in the Adidas Supernova Rise, so I am pleased so far with the shoe in that regard. Now to the moment you've all been waiting for, the midsole. Adidas is using a new foam here called Dream Strike Plus. Dream Strike Plus is actually a PEBA-based foam. It's supposed to give you a well-cushioned, bouncy, energetic, and lively ride. And not only do we have that, but we also have support rods in this shoe as well. And this is supposed to help with a more natural underfoot experience. There are a lot of things that I actually really like about the ride of this shoe, starting with the foam. This Dream Strike Strike Plus foam really caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting too much out of it for whatever reason, but it kind of delivers on what it says it's going to. It's nothing really exciting, like you're not gonna step foot in this and feel like you're stepping on Zoom X, but I think the fact that it's PEBA based gives it more pizzazz and just liveliness than a standard EVA does. I have about 15 miles in this shoe so far, and what I've noticed is that it's not really firm, but it's also not super soft. It sits somewhere in the middle there, and I think that's a nice place to be sometimes for daily trainers. It helps the shoe to be a little more versatile, and while this is definitely a daily trainer, I did do some strides in it and it felt pretty nice. Another thing that I noticed when I was running in this shoe is that the forefoot, you feel a curve upward, probably from those support rods, and it gives the forefoot a nice snap to it, which is great for when you want to pick up the pace, but it's also nice for when you don't want to pick up the pace and you just want to roll into your next stride. I think the snappiness of this forefoot is only going to help with that. I think a runner who's looking to put some longer miles in this shoe will also have no problem doing that. And I also think this is good for the runner who doesn't want to wear a carbon plate under their foot for a marathon and wants a daily trainer that feels a little bit more exciting for race day. I would definitely tell that runner to take a look at the Supernova Rise because I think it checks that box. But of course, there are some things that I thought could be improved about this shoe. The first one being that while I like this foam, I really like more of it in the forefoot. It doesn't feel flat necessarily, but it does feel unbalanced, which has been a theme in a lot of the shoes I've run in lately. But again, we have so much cushioning here in this heel, and then if you look at the forefoot, it's not even close to as much as that. So I love some more distribution here. And speaking of balance in this shoe, I definitely overpronate a bit. I don't feel it at all when I run, and I only really noticed it when I was editing my running footage. And I think that might be because of the way the heel is constructed. If you look at this heel, if I could get it to focus, it's kind of lopsided. Like you see this here, and it just makes my foot curve inward like this. If it's something we could avoid, I don't know why we need this heel to be constructed the way that it is. But overall, I think the construction of this midsole is pretty good. It's just a shoe that's easy to put on and easy to clock miles in, and that is exactly what you want from a daily trainer. Turning this shoe over, Adidas is using their Adiwear rubber, and I think that's just a fancy word for rubber that Adidas is using. We have some in the forefoot, and it's clear, but there is some in the midfoot as well, and also rubber in the heel. It doesn't look like it to you guys, but because all of this is covered in clear rubber, there's actually a lot of rubber on this shoe. But what I like about that is that it doesn't get in the way of the ride. I really like the placement of it. I like the pattern of it, the consistency. It just works for the shoe, and it also is very durable. It grips onto the pavement just fine, and it feels like it's gonna be pretty durable as well. Tread pattern's fine. Everything's looking fine here. So far, so good for the outsole. The Adidas Supernova Rise is $139.95 on Running Warehouse's website. I think that's a pretty good price. $140 for this shoe is well worth the money, and it's in the ballpark or even slightly less money than some of the other daily trainers on the market. If you're interested in picking up your own pair of the Adidas Supernova Rise, I will put a link in the description of this video. Just click that link and pick up your own pair. Keep in mind that will be an affiliate link with Running Warehouse. However, it doesn't do much for you, just helps out my channel so I can keep making these videos. And so I can keep telling you about times where I have to eat my words or my thoughts, where I thought I wasn't gonna like a shoe, thought I already knew what it was gonna be about, and I was wrong. I was wrong about this shoe. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. Thought it was gonna be a dud. But it's not a dud. It's actually really fun to run in, and I thoroughly enjoyed my 8 miles today in it, I have to say. I can't wait to put more miles of my own in these shoes right here. What do you think about the Adidas Supernova Rise? Are you gonna give it a shot? Have you already given it a shot? Or are you just not down with it? Let me know in the comments down below. Well, everyone, that concludes my first impressions of the Adidas Supernova Rise. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, hit the notifications bell so you can find out every time I upload a new video. Moment of truth. Do you guys like the look of this shoe? I have another video for you next week, but in the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Heller. See you next time. This was my buddy the whole time I was filming. Right off camera, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just poked you in the eye. Aw.